The extension on our boat was added sometime in the 80s, and they finished it with a beautiful, thin teak rail. It's great for sitting on while fishing, but underneath that teak was bondo, and after 40 years, water got trapped between the bondo and the aluminum. And you know what that means? Corrosion. So off they come, again, but this time we're doing it differently. So this is a problem here. I've rebedded this rail, however, the screws going up from the bottom didn't stick. So it's popped up and it's released the adhesive, and you can see right there, see how much. So I've got to take the whole thing up again, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to screw it in from the top, and I want it bedded down properly because it's going to get varnished eventually. Probably not in the yard because of the amount of dirt, but wherever we go this summer, I'm getting varnish on these back railings. But first I've got to get this up, and some of the screws stuck, basically the ones under here. So I need my handy dandy thing. But I do work when I'm not editing. So I got my video done for today. So now it's time to see if I can sort this out. See, little screws didn't work. See, that one's not even stuck in there. Oh yeah, let's see what I got here. Ugh. Oh yeah, this is good for my neck, which I just went to the chiropractor about. I'm gonna make new screw holes too because these ones are not lined up. And you know how Blaine likes symmetry, so we're gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the compound I'm using to bed these down should close up these holes so they shouldn't leak. That's the plan. Need a wedge. Need a wedge. Coming up. Woo. Okay. Ready? Coming over is. Oh boy. Woo! That didn't stick at all. Piece of shit. Look at this, absolutely pure wet grossness. Nothing stuck. So now I have to take all this back off again. I have to scrape all of this off because of all the moisture underneath. The epoxy barrier coat is still good. And then we're gonna stick this back down. But a lot better than I did last time. Oh well, lesson learned. This is a piece of teak that was on that rail. I'm trying to get it back on there, but first I got to get all the old caulking off, give it a sand, maybe do some filling on it, or I don't know. I'm gonna save it somehow. I'm just not sure how yet. Okay, my job is to do something with this. So I've got my handy dandy little grinder out. I know she hasn't been around for a while, but let's see what she does with this metal that is starting to corrode. I have to say I missed my little grinder. While Blaine is working on the engine room and building walls, I have had Cam help us out. Now, you haven't met Cam yet. We're not sure if we're going to put him on video. It's up to him. But anyways, he's been helping us out. And we have to get this off because water was underneath these rails and it was causing issues. So this was the last piece of rail that had to come off. And you can see the issues we had. It's taken him a day and a half to get it off. It was absolutely stuck. And actually, the bondo was so good, it actually started breaking the teak. We used a Sawzall, we used a fine tool, we used everything. But anyways, this is off now. And again, you can see how thick the bondo is underneath, especially over there. And you can see how thick the bondo is in the corner over here. So basically, we're getting everything off. So that's what we've been working on. So tomorrow we're going to prep the aluminum underneath here, put on some epoxy barrier coat, and then we're going to prep the wood, all 3 planks, and then everything is going to go back down again, and I'm putting on some varnish. We're going to make this nice and pretty. So we removed the teak, which seriously took a heck of a long time. While I was doing some filming for a local whale watching company, Vancouver Whale Watch, you have to check out that video on our other channel, or it will soon be out. Cam took off all the bondo and everything. And then the other day I filled it, which is what you can see here. That's all the little filling things. I filled all of the holes after Cam put on the first coat of epoxy barrier coat. So now I'm going to sand all those holes flat, throw on 2 more coats of epoxy barrier coat so that we can be ready when Cam gets here tomorrow to hopefully put these teak rails back on, bolt them on through the metal, and then I'm going to have to recaulk and varnish. Okay, guys, we are on day 3?
Sure.
4?
5, 7, 2.
7 of doing these rails. This is Cam, by the way. I finally got him talked into being on YouTube.
Slightly talked into.
But he doesn't have a warrant, though, for his arrest, so I thought he'd be good.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Immigration?
No.
No?
No.
ICE isn't going to come get you?
ICE?
I don't know. Anyways, we are working on these cap rails. This one is down, and it's really good. We used 3 tubes of Sikaflex 291 and put it down. And now we're working on this one, which is behind you. But let me show you what's happening. I'm going to give you a bit of an example. Okay, we're going to use this one as an example. Can you see me? So this is how the cap rail went. And what happened is it was put down on top of bondo. And we've shown you the bondo. It was a pain in the butt because water got underneath and it was corroding the aluminum. And I will show you some of the corrosion over here. But you can see some of the corrosion here, these little divots that I filled with epoxy barrier coat. And right here, that was all corrosion, which meant water got between the bondo and the aluminum. It sat there, it turned acidic, it chewed up the aluminum, and we wanted to save that. So we had to take these rails off. It was a bitch to get these off because I don't know what kind of bondo or what kind of adhesive they used way back in 1969, but that stuff is good. Like, it was stuck. It actually reminded me of our teak deck when we had to take that off and how stuck that was. So now that we got it off and we tried to save as much as the teak as possible, we did have some issues. We've decided that this is going to be bolted through, and we're using machine screws and nylocks on the bottom because we really want this stuck down. We don't want to be doing this again. We've also, what do you call it when you put the little indentation?
Countersink?
We countersunk the bolts so that I will plug this all, and that's what we've done on this rail. So we're going to use Sikaflex, both sides, get it all in there nicely, put it down, bolt through, and then Cam crawls underneath and does the nylocks. I work on top and do the screws, and we got black caulk switching, like squishing everywhere, and we get it all over our hands. And that's the problem with playing with black caulk. And here go the caulk jokes again. Sorry guys, you know how it works when you're working with black caulk, but the white caulk won't work on this. So you got to go black. Anyways.
Chicken jokes.
Yes, we are joking about chickens. That's exactly it. Not talking about anything else, just chickens. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, again, you guys, I want to thank David for this amazing caulking machine. Like, it has just been ridiculously amazing at putting all this black caulk on the rail. First, we got to put all the caulk on, and then we got to put the caulk on the wood. And then we got to take the wood and put the wood on the caulk, and then we got to screw the wood and the caulk together.
Caulking.
Get it?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. Are you ready for it with the caulk spreader? Okay. Hey, how far does the wood go? Right here, right?
Yes, that's our last. So inch past that. So stay on that side of the roof.
You go right over the holes. Jamie, can you get ready with another tube of caulking? Cut it off pretty close. Like, you see how long this one is? Look at that laying out. New one.
Coming up.
You know what we do with these ones? Overboard. New one. Woohoo! And then you can see Cam spreads it out, and we have a system. Oh, I have no problem delegating. By the way, Jamie's here today. You guys know him from YouTube, Net Wraith, and you guys already met Cam.
Hi.
Woohoo! What?
I'll go help.
Coming across, guys. Is go under. Can you see the bolts?
Yeah.
It's got to go that way more, must.
Yep.
Am I pushing it?
That's it. Stop. Too far.
Too far? Okay, you push. Is this one broken in there? Did you stab it?
Sorry.
Okay, good.
Once the black caulking went on, this job got a whole lot messier. Suddenly lining up old screw holes was not as easy as it looked, and every time we touched anything, we had black caulking all over our hands. So now we're trying to hold the rail in place, find the holes, not smear caulking everywhere, and somehow make it look like we know what we're doing.
We're coming above your head. I'm gonna flip it to the outside. Drill's behind you. Nice, okay. Down, line up the arrows. Line up your edge.
I can do that if you want.
Just trying to find it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave these with you then.
Please, thank you.
And I will keep going with the caulk. So you guys will love this. So we've got Cam and we've got Jamie here. And they're both playing with the black caulk and I'm editing a quick video.
Only doing it for money though.
Shh. Jamie's doing it for love. Because he loves our channel. Shh.
Yes, I do.
Okay, but Cam now has black caulk on his face. So he's in the locker putting the nuts on, right?
Nuts and black caulk and bolts and the things I do for money.
So you can see how they're all recessed. I will put plugs in every one of those. And then I'm going to caulk in between here, dig it out a little bit so I get more caulking in there. And then I'm going to varnish it all. Because once this hybrid electric build is done, I anticipate there's going to be a lot of people coming on board to see it. And I really want to make these rails look pretty for you guys. So that's the plan right now. And it's going to be nice to get these done. And seriously, I really love varnishing. So I can't wait to show you these rails varnished. But that's probably going to take a couple months before you guys see that.
Number 2. We have a system.
Well, I was going to say, you look pretty chill in here, sitting in here with your legs crossed.
Should have came back when I was over there. It was
I have been crawled into there before. It's tough.
Yeah, it's a little good. Number 4, please. It's a good workout though.
Yes.
Yeah. What did you call it? Boat yoga?
Boat yoga.
And then, can you please push down number 5?
Number 5 coming down?
Yep. And then we can go on that one. A little more. Number 6.
Blank work.
And there you guys go. Cam and Jamie did a fabulous job. Well, I helped too, I'm gonna say that because like, look. But this is all nailed down. It is cinched. We're letting the Sika 291 dry. And then I'm gonna come in, open up these gouges, plug it all, caulk underneath here, run some beads. And you guys are going to see that probably in a month or so. And we're gonna get these all nailed down. But they did this one, so this one's secure. We did this one, you can see how much kind of scooshed out. They did not scrimp on the 291, which is okay because we learned that lesson. And this one over here is ready to go too. So it's going to be awesome to get these all varnished and stuff and get these finished because they've been on my to-do list for a long time. And I have to thank Jamie and Cam. They did a fabulous job helping me out to get this done because Blaine has no time. So anyways, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. We really want to thank all of these people here because without you, Operation Silent Running wouldn't be happening and this channel would not be putting out the videos we do. So thank you guys so much. You can join our membership at onboardtangaroa.com and get the inside scoop on everything. If you want to see another cool video, check out this one. Almost got the wrong side there. And if you want to see Operation Silent Running from the beginning, check out this one. See you guys next week.